But now the question is JayZ involved in crazier things? And people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent, wanting him to do a JayZ documentary.
Newly leaked footage allegedly showing JayZ at one of those ritual-style parties has surfaced, reportedly shared by 50 Cent, and it's completely shifting the narrative. Now the conversation has turned toward the possibility of JayZ actually facing sentencing. Everyone knew 50 Cent was eventually going to come at him, but nobody expected it to be this ruthless. So what really happened? Let's break it all down. The lawsuit and how it fell apart. On December 8, 2024, an amended civil complaint was filed naming JayZ as a defendant in a sexual misconduct case. The accuser, using the alias Jane Doe, alleged that JayZ assaulted her when she was only 13 years old. She claimed the incident occurred after the MTV Video Music Awards on September 7, 2000. The lawsuit was brought under New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, which briefly allowed older claims to be filed. JayZ's attorneys responded by pointing out that the law wasn't even in effect at the time of the alleged incident. It didn't become law until December 2000. Applying it to something that supposedly happened months earlier made no legal sense. JayZ wasn't about to stay quiet. His legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, forcefully denied every accusation, calling them disgusting, baseless, and labeling the case an attempted blackmail scheme. What really grabbed attention was the tone of the statement. It didn't sound like standard corporate PR. It felt personal, like JayZ himself was ready to go to war to defend his name and his family.
There's an accusation about JayZ and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, yeah, that the statement is something from, you can tell it's written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney.
The defense quickly began tearing the story apart. The accuser claimed that after escaping the alleged assault, she called her father from a gas station and that he drove several hours to pick her up. However, when investigators spoke to her father, he said he had no recollection of anything like that happening and insisted he would remember an event that serious. More issues with her account kept emerging. She described the afterparty as taking place at a private residence, but photos and event records showed the real afterparties that night happen at clubs such as Twirl and Lotus. The timeline and locations simply didn't line up. Things got worse when she said she interacted with Benji Madden from Good Charlotte at the event. His representatives confirmed that the Good Charlotte brothers were touring in the Midwest that night and were not even at the VMAs. The accuser later admitted in interviews that some details were unclear and that she had misremembered certain facts, blaming trauma and the passage of time, while still standing by her main allegation. Then, on February 14, 2025, her attorneys filed a voluntary dismissal with prejudice in federal court in Manhattan. That meant the case was permanently over, no refiling, no settlement, and no admission of guilt. Her legal team later claimed she feared retaliation, but the court filing gave no official explanation. After so many holes were exposed in her story, she walked away entirely. No payout, no agreement, just gone.
A huge victory for JayZ and Diddy, actually, as a lawsuit has been dropped against them. This was a lawsuit that got a lot of headlines because you remember this was filed back in December. The accuser said she was just 13 at the time that, as she put it, Diddy and JayZ raped her at a VMA after party back in 2000. Well, that lawsuit is no more. She voluntarily filed to dismiss it today without prejudice, filed those documents in federal court, and that means without prejudice. That part means that it cannot be refiled. There was no settlement here. This was her going in and dropping the case.
JayZ's team and Rock Nation was celebrating the outcome. They emphasized that no money exchanged hands and that the lawsuit should never have been filed in the first place. JayZ released a statement saying he felt relieved, but also angry about what his family had been put through. He made it clear he wasn't going to forget the ordeal.
As you might imagine, JayZ is thrilled with the victory, but is also really pissed he even had to go through this. He gave us a statement saying that the fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed.
The case was officially dead in JayZ's favor. No criminal charges were ever filed. The accusations were strictly civil, and the statute of limitations for criminal prosecution had expired years earlier. But JayZ wasn't satisfied with simply winning the case. He wanted to confront the people who brought the lawsuit to him. He directly targeted attorney Tony Busby, accusing him of running a full-blown shakedown operation.
Tony Busby was the lawyer who filed this lawsuit for the plaintiff, who filed anonymously. He is the guy who's filed dozens at this point of cases against Diddy, and JayZ had a shot for him, saying this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed.
Also, something that's very interesting that went over a lot of people's heads, and that's the documentary coming out on December 2nd. That Diddy documentary coming out on that date. Literally 2 days later, you have JayZ's birthday, December 4th, which to me sends a subliminal message to JayZ that you're next. So that's crazy. That just, to me, shows that 50 is potentially gonna work on something going at JayZ.
JayZ said the system needed reform. Real victims should be protected, but innocent people also deserve protection from false accusations that destroy reputations. His next move was taking Busby to court himself. JayZ's counterattack was aggressive. After the lawsuit was dismissed in February 2025, he didn't just move on. Instead, he launched a full legal offensive against both the accuser and her attorney, Tony Busby, claiming the entire case was a setup, an extortion plot designed to pressure him into paying a massive settlement. This wasn't a quiet retreat. It was a billionaire mogul sending a clear message: come at the throne, and you better not miss. The countersuits were strategic and hit from multiple directions. The primary lawsuit was filed in California against Busby, while a separate case in Alabama targeted both Jane Doe and Busby. The California case, officially titled Sean Carter v. the Busby Law Firm, was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court in November 2024, shortly after Busby sent pre-litigation demand letters accusing JayZ of sexual assault. JayZ's team anticipated the move and was prepared before the amended complaint even became public.
I wasn't in the ad because of look, JayZ and them was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You said
the real details came out when NORE revealed on Drink Champs what happened behind the scenes. According to him, Eminem had to strongly push for 50 Cent's inclusion, making it clear he wouldn't perform without his longtime collaborator.
With M, because like with Nori was, he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50.
I hit the homie, the big homie JayZ, right? And I told him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie.
And the most recent thing that caused a lot of tension was the Super Bowl. When Dr. Dre had the Super Bowl show, Eminem wanted 50 Cent to be a part of the Super Bowl. And JayZ said he didn't want that to happen. He didn't want 50 there. And it was actually Nori from Drink Champs that confirmed that it was Eminem that pushed for 50 Cent to be there, and that Eminem wouldn't be a part of the show unless 50 was involved. And then JayZ was like, fine, the white boy, asked for 50, we're gonna make it happen, I guess. So basically JayZ didn't want him at the show.
For 50 Cent, this situation went beyond music and rap rivalry. In his view, once someone starts using their business power to block another person's opportunities, it becomes a completely different kind of conflict.
It's your and Jay's issue.
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be.
And it looks like he might actually do it, because on Instagram he posted a drawing of JayZ that kind of makes fun of his looks, and he posted that photo and he said this in the caption: "Please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not gonna post it." Basically making a joke, you know, because obviously he posted it on his social media. But, and here's the interesting but in this, is someone commented on the post, and the comment got liked by 50 Cent. And this is the comment. It's from Dom KMDA. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Dom Kanmada. He commented saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 ended up liking that comment. The question here is, will there be a lot of people that come forward to be a part of the JayZ documentary with actual facts and information? I think 50's not going to work on it unless there is like massive lawsuits that start to come, and you know, the topic is brought more to light where a lot more people are paying attention to it, because right now there is just a lot of speculation. Besides Nicki Minaj, I mean, there are people here and there that say things about JayZ, but a lot of them don't have solid proof, right?